Our king had to see Dominica grow, to prosper in culture, music and calypso. Heart and soul I organize all festivities for the selfish ones who come to take, not to give. But if people show society love and respect, people who don't care about anyone, even Calypsonians they used to look down on. Is me bring things up to date, they see me like well-lit. I give them with love, they repay me with hate. How hard I work in while
What them say? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here. But when you see you have a nice track, you have to just enjoy it, you know. We're taking in something there all the way from Mont Prosper, from Pat Aaron. He was known as the musician in his calypso days when he performed and sang, giving us a thing called Anything to Be the Calypso King. While he toiling and working, others are just there forming the fool and the royal. Big song, a song, you know, that captures a lot of our history back then. So big up yourself, Pat Aaron. That's the man who allowed King Dice to break record, get 2 repeats, and now is the 10th-time Calypso monarch. So big up Pat Aaron, I think the best Calypso writer in Dominica. I can say that, Pat, I can say that. I think you are the best, you know, I think, and I really hope, you know, that touch you have there, you can pass it on to somebody else, because you had a special touch, you know, and the persons who have benefited from your writing would attest to that as well. You gave me songs like Espoir Mal Papai and Judge Judy on the CCJ. Big tune. But guys, it's all about today, Friday. Today, Friday. Normally we say Free Up Friday, but today we're just going to do a little recapping. Because yesterday, April 25th, I accidentally said April 15th. I don't know what was going on in my head. And people who are getting paid monthly must be upset with me because I just reversed the clock there. But it was April 25th yesterday, and today is April 26th. So yesterday, there was a press lunch. And I said I would not have had the time to look at it during working hours. So I would look at it when I get at my home, in the comfort and quietness of my home. And that press launch was organized by the United Workers' Party and the Electoral Reform Coalition. It was a joint venture between the UWP and the Electoral Reform Coalition, people like Sev Mackenzie and company. And the purpose of that was to really launch what they call Dominica Economic Revival Summit. Dominica Economic Revival Summit, which is scheduled to take place over a 3-day period, June 4th to 6th, at the Jungle Bay Resort and Spa. That is up in Soufriere down there. They have a specific name, Mon Akum. Sam, you will help me with that afterwards. But Soufriere, Jungle Bay, one of the leading resorts, I would say, on the island. You know, we have Sacred Bay, we have Jungle Bay, we have Rosalie Bay, we have Ampegua Bay, Ununi Bay. But Jungle Bay, you know, wellness, treatment, Sacred Bay, yoga business. So on June 4th, as articulated by Dr. Thompson Fountain, and as you can see him up there in my background, but I'm doing the talking today, Doc. Yeah. On June 4th, the event will start off with an opening ceremony and dinner, more specifically an awards dinner where they will recognize about 9 to 10 persons who have excelled in the field of tourism, music, agriculture, entertainment, sports, culture, and others. On June 5th and 6th, that is where they will get to the crux of the matter, and they will examine the potentials in agriculture, manufacturing, construction, renewable energy, information technology, and other sectors. The objective, from what I gathered, is really to bring a pool of professional expertise, various stakeholders together to constructively review Dominica's economy and chart the way forward. The development of sustainable economic plans. That's what I got there, and that is while I was sitting at my home without no distraction. And I highlighted the areas of interest, the prime areas, as I said, agriculture, manufacturing, construction, renewable energy. Big up yourself, Ronald Charles. I also saw you in the house. Likewise, Nicholas George and my partner, Sev Mackenzie. That is the husband of Bertilia Mackenzie. At that summit, at that press launch, I a little to advance. The summit is in June, not today. Dr. Fountain stated that it is open to all. Participation is welcome from all. So my cousin Mills, Clarence, my partner Ghost, and all the others who mean well for Dominica, you are also invited. It's all inclusive from what I gather, as the summit is deemed a critical start, as we may not be able to rely so heavily on CBI in the medium to long run. So a nice little press con. So far I was pleased with what was coming out. No kind of a vengeance, no kind of a old talk, nothing about scare rate, and nothing about that. They stated it is not a talk shop, but an essential step to meaningful, sustainable development. Dr. Fountain, I was listening attentively. As the Economic Revival Summit, they also said it will set the tone for a future conference or summit, which they will deem the Entrepreneurial Conference. So it's from one to the next. Then we heard from Savre Mackenzie from the Electoral Reform Coalition, who reiterated basically the need for such economic summit. And he was pleased that his association was associated with that, together with the UWP. Mackenzie stated that economic reform should go hand in hand with electoral reform. And of course, we had the usual questions from Matt, Carly, Lofty, Steve, and the other journalists who were there, who I believe when they are in settings with the opposition, they are their true potential. You know, they are free and they articulating and they coming back. One of the questions asked by, I believe it was Curtis. It was a question posed to Dr. Fountain in terms of what would be his party's immediate plans if elected into office whenever elections are called. And Dr. Fountain stated straight off to revitalize, revamp the agricultural sector, find sustainable avenues for the young people. You know, you can do a lot of working online, virtual jobs. You can stay at your home in your console, in your house, sleep in your brazier, and you can perform and make a $5,000 easy breezy. He spoke of renewable energy, the renewable sector, sun, wind, geothermal, water resources. I probably want to add, Dr. Fountain, at some point we should also look at the orange economy, which speaks largely to the intellectual properties, music, visual arts, and things of that kind. Because there are a lot of talented youths, persons like Delbert and all other comedians doing their thing, that we should also look to foster that talent and nurture it. We had Franklin Moses in the past. We need to have more of those. I believe I heard Magistrate Gloria Augustus advocating for the reopening of the Arawak House of Culture. But I think PM Skerrit said we'll do something bigger and better. Modernize. So I felt it was a nice little press launch. Honestly, guys, a good little press launch. Very good press launch, I would say. But on my way home, I got a text from my partner, Peter Karam. Petro, good morning to you, my partner. And at that point there, I want to just read some of it. The message said, I do not know who it's coming from. If it's my auntie, my cousin, a distant relative, I do not know, I do not care. I will be in DA at the beginning of June 2024. And as a strong supporter of the UWP, I will not be attending the Economical Summit Forum that will be held at Jungle Bay. Some place, my reason for not going has nothing to do with who is keeping the Economic Forum, but everything to do with where it's going to be held. Madam, right there, I think I need to discipline you, because apparently you may not have understood what the exercise is about. And I'm going to bring down the tone of my voice, the decibels. I'm going to bring it down because it's education time. A summit, in case you did not know, I'm going to let you know, a summit, as we heard, it's an economic summit, revival business. A summit is an event that gathers experts and leaders in the industry to share ideas and have a conversation on a very specific topic or issue. Sustainable economic development is the topic. The lady went on to say a lot of things in that message, and then I subsequently got a voice note which seems to be on par or parallel with the written words. So I do not want to assume, but it sounds like they may be one of the same. So madam, there is an issue with the cost. I believe Fountain said $250 will be applicable for those who want to partake in the dinner component. You know, it's a summit. It is not a match. It is not something that is happening on Piper's Step or a Wednesday walk. You know, it's nothing like that. There is a cost associated with it, and I felt a bit insulted. I know Sam. That's a good man. I have had the opportunity to reach out to Sam from a Calypso perspective, standpoint, and Sam was very welcoming. Kudos to Sam and the lovely people at Jungle Bay. Service on point. Everything on point. So I'm not going to have you say anything bad on Sam. Not while I'm alive. That is not going to happen. But madam, it's a summit. And what do you, or where do you expect a summit to be held? You want me to have this summit on Donkey Beach? You want them to have it on Donkey Beach, Rockaway, People's Park, Mondablote? You want us to reopen Warehouse Disco to have the summit there? This summit is not something that will be able to accommodate all the supporters of a party. As a matter of fact, I heard Thompson said they are looking at about 100 persons. So if 100 persons want to come together and sit to see how they're going to put their effort, synergy and talent together to see how they can help rebuild Dominica and allow for sustainable development, you have all that to say about a leader thinking outside of the box, going outside of the traditional way of doing things and trying to bring people together. You have a problem with that, Madam Chebesa. All that. As a certified red card issuer, Chebesa, I do not know who you are. You could be my cousin. You could be my mother. You could be my godmother. I'm issuing you a red card. I have no choice but to issue you this red card there, because what I heard from that voice note is a lot of ignorance, a lot of foolishness, and you have people like myself who are intellectually sound who don't subscribe to that. Are you telling Dr. Thompson Fountain that he must get a river and decide he bringing people together to cook a jot, and then we will discuss flora and fauna way outside, and that is the atmosphere to discuss sustainable development? Nothing wrong in going and cook a jot, you know, folks. You see a big jot cooking up there, but to take that up and to consider the man in Skerritt's pocket, I'm offended. You are offended, my good friend Dr. Thompson Fountain, and I will not have it to make a issue a second card. You get in a double bubble today there. Remember, I do not know who you are. I do not care to know who you are. But anytime I see foolishness and I see nonsense, they will get that without fear or favor. So guys, I think what is there to lose there really and truly? Dominica is our own to build. The building of Dominica is not a one-man thing. That is a collective effort. And because a leader is going outside of the box. And you talk about having it at Jungle Bay is your problem. For a dinner, 250. Madam, 250 is not going in Sam's pocket. At least 60% of that goes straight back into costs. Inescapable costs. And if you want to say a profit of 100 is made, 100 by 100 is $10,000. I am giving Sam the benefit of the doubt that his life is not dependent on $10,000. 10,000, if I said 1,000, 10,000. 100 by 100, 10,000. Sam is not waiting on that. Japmadi. PowerPoint presentation have to come through. People will be making presentation from overseas, Alaska, toute qualité place. You want people to go by the bay, go by a river, and call all workers from Marigot and everywhere to come down. We cook in a jot, and we're going to talk about Dominican sustainable development. Madam, we do that in a controlled environment. We're at the point where we do things like it's been done in the world, where you can have a presenter from somewhere. So Sam have to, Thompson have to go out in the Azie, in the river, get an antenna, and just shift it. You getting me? You getting me over there? You receiving me? Where are we going with that? Where are we going with that? So folks, it's all about this summit between the 4th and the 6th. You can attend. If you want to partake in the dinner at a hotel, you can do that as well. But let's not be there tearing down the man, consider him to be a sellout. Well, Dr. Thompson Fountain, let me just tell you that, sir. If that is what you have to deal with, trying to make a better life for people, Kitesa, stay and take care of your family. That stress is not worth it. That is a bagay ungratefulness, egwa business. It's not worth it, sir. Stay and take care of your family. But I know you mean well by Dominica. You understand? I know you mean well. And the assistance you have given to other countries, I know you want to give it. There you want to do it. You know, the usual politics will play. But if you're getting an opportunity to, and if you cannot come, madam, it will be carried live. You can sit down at your home, cook your pilau, cook your broth, and listen to the people and the message. One love, Dominica. Before I go, I want to extend sympathies to the families of Rasmu. I just saw on the Facebook of Wadix that Rasmu has passed. Condolences to Gami and Muzi, I believe that's the name. Deepest condolences, Rasmu, a cultural icon. May you rest in peace, sir. I've also received some disturbing news there of possible suicide by hanging. But I am not doing like Kalai. Mapala. I am very responsible. Very responsible. So, the sources seems to be very, very accurate. But Mapakaki, no. I'm not doing that. But I will extend condolences to the family. If you know, you know. At some point the news will be broken. But Pala, not on that show. We take things very serious and we are very responsible. One love, Dominica. Anything to be the Calypso King, big up yourself, Patrick Aaron. Big up. The Kingmaker, Pat Aaron. Christophine. You want us to have a summit in Hazie? Not over our dead body. Next level. That's right. Get to them. Have a good weekend, guys. It's your boy.